Hi again crafters, it's the Irish Scrapper back with another tutorial. Today I'm going to do a Christmas tag. It's an alternative to the traditional Christmas card that we'd normally send friends and family. I'm going to try and use as much recycled material as I can in this project. So to start, what I'm using is a piece of an old shoebox and this die. It's the Tim Holtz large tag die. So let's get started. Put the shoebox or the piece of cardboard on top of the die and then take the two cutting plates and put those on top and then wind the whole thing through. So what we get here is our large tag, and there's a couple of other components but we won't be using those today. Check out the tag, and it even has the little hole and everything already in it for us. Now to line the back of this piece of shoebox, I cut out another tag in the burlap, so I'm literally just going to stick that on over it so that there's a nice finish on the back. But you can watch while I'm just going to peel away this top layer to expose the corrugated underneath for added texture. Next we're going to take this piece of paper that measures 5 by 2 3/4 and we're going to stick it just about here on the tag. I'm just going to use the ordinary reliable Pritt tack for this. Stick it down like so. Now to give it a bit more texture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually roll the corner like this and then just kind of tear along the edge. Like so. Then I'm going to take the Tim Holtz walnut stain and I'm going to do a bit of distressing using the dauber. This needs to be kind of just rough and ready. The next thing that I'm going to do is to take the piece of burlap that I've cut, and that's 4 3/4 by 2 inches, and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom of the card like this, and I'm going to stick that with some score tape because this is nice strong adhesive. And then this is just a piece of ribbon that I've recycled from a blanket that was bought in pennies. It was used to tie the blanket together, and I thought that's too nice to throw it out, so we're going to adhere that on top of the burlap. And again I'll use this score tape. And there. So it's starting to come together now. The next thing I'm going to do is to take the little poinsettia flowers that I had in my drawer, and I'm going to stick one on top of the other using the score tape and offset them so that they're like that. And then I have this little trinket that was actually bought in Lidl. It was a whole garland full of these little trinkets. I thought they were quite cute and I knew I'd get to use them, so this was the perfect use for it. And the whole thing then can be adhered onto that. Now, because I want this to be quite vintagey looking, I'm going to put a little decoupage piece of, this was Do Crafts, and I'm not using all the layers. I think I'm using from layer 3, 4, 5 and 6, and I'd say a lot of you are familiar with doing this type of thing, but all that's required really is that I put some dimensionals on the back for layering, and this is just Scotch layering tape. And then we line it up with the characters underneath, like that. We'll go on to the next one. That's a bit. Just down inside the little tag like that. Okay, so I'll stick that in, and then we'll go on and do, it's a piece of ribbon and a piece of it's like a little twiney thing, they're called fibres. So what I do is I shove the two of those, actually no, what I need to do next is to put the burlap on the back like that. So I'll go ahead and adhere that using this. So we're going to put that on here. So line it up as best you can and stick it down. Thread it through the hole. Like that. And then we need our Christmas greeting. Now I'm going to cut a little V. I put a little pin prick in the middle of where the centre of this is. I'm going to cut into it there and cut into it there. And I'm going to adhere it then like that across the card. And how I do that is I take a little eyelet, and you need something to make a hole. So I put the hole on here, and then I take the eyelet and put it through the hole. I use the crocodile to set the eyelet as well. Now for this side I'm just going to use the Pritt tack, but firstly we're going to finish off the edge because it's white here by running a little bit of the walnut stain that's left on the dabber on both sides, just to take away the white edges, like that. Just a little piece of the Pritt tack on the back, and then what I like to do is kind of curve the banner so that it's not lying flat, and adhere it down, which gives a little bit of dimension. And to finish this and make the little stand for the back of the tag, this again is just a piece of another box. I've cut a 2 by 5.5 inch piece, and I'm going to put it down and score it at 1.5 inches. And this stand is made quite simply by, I just bend on the score line, turn it over, and I'm going to adhere it where it'll meet the platform or whatever it's going to be landing on. So just about here I'm going to stick it down, and again I'll use the strong score tape to do it. So if you stand it up and just adhere it to the back, it actually makes a very simple stand for your tag. so it doubles up as a card, and for postage then it just lies flat like that, so it'll fit into the envelope. And I have another one that I did earlier, just slightly different, as you can see. I put the flower up here and the little decoupage piece down the bottom. So have fun making these Christmas tags. I'm sure your friends and families would find them very different to the old traditional Christmas card. This is the Irish Grapper saying have a good day, and please subscribe to my channel.